Okay, hello everyone. Good morning. Welcome to the material for week four, English 4 for Diploma 3, KU32201. Okay, so as you can see over here, I did mention in the class that we are going to talk about critical review for 2 meetings. So this is our second meeting for discussing about critical review on journal article. So I hope this material can give you more information and knowledge about how to do critical review on a journal article. Okay, so let us check the video for today. So very quickly, we're going to look at the outline for this video. So the first one is we are going to have a quick review from last week's material, and then we'll discuss about the objective of the lesson, and then we will practice giving a critical review. Okay, and on the practicum session, we are actually going to write down a critical review from a different article, from an article that I have given to you, and then after that we're going to analyze or identify what the critical reviews are of the one that you have written. Okay. All right, so let's have a look at this question over here. So there's a question about, do you find identifying elements in a critical review? So the elements of, stating your thesis and then identifying the writer's propose and your comments is easy or difficult. Okay, and if it is easy, why do you think it's easy? And if it is difficult, why do you think it's difficult? For this question, I would like you to post your answer in the YouTube comment, okay? Because last week we were talking about identifying elements in the critical review, in writing a critical review. So give your comments whether you think it's easy or difficult. I remember some of the students in my class, if I'm not mistaken, it's in D3TK, if I'm mistaken, it was Paul, mentioned that it's not actually difficult because we will sort it out as we write it down. Yeah, so I hope it's the same with the other ones, but if you have different opinion, let me know. Okay, so please write down your answer in the YouTube comment. All right, so the objective of the lesson for today is similar to what we had in the third meeting or last week. It is hoped that students will be able to give a critical review of reports related to computer and informatics project. Okay, so that's something that we want you to be able to at the end of this lesson. All right, so a quick reminder from last week's material. So when you are giving an article review, you need to know the subject matter. So you need to have this background knowledge, as I mentioned in the previous meeting. We need to have a previous knowledge in the subject matter. And then, as I also have mentioned, that an article review is actually a half of a summary. So a half of the article review is actually a summary, and then after that you give the comments to it. Okay, and then it's not only comments, just a random comment, but it needs to be based on proof, or there should be evidence. And if it is possible, put the evidence in a form of quotation, the page number or what is stated by the writer. Okay, so that's the critic. So you're not only giving comments at random place or at random situation, but you give comments or critic based on proof. Okay, and then as I have also mentioned, and everyone agree, I think, in the practicum session last week, we talked about what is critical, and some of you mentioned that it is actually a form of evaluation. So yes, critical review is a form of evaluation of the article. So it both summarizes and evaluates the article. So it's not only finding the fault, but also giving feedback to it or evaluate the text. Okay, so that is what we call as an article review. All right, I did mention this to you also, that in the first paragraph, so the outline of making a critical review. So the first paragraph talks about the statement of your thesis and the author's purpose in writing the article, the comments, and then the information about the author's reputation. And I did mention why we need to have the information on the author's reputation, because it's related to the credibility of the writer, whether the writer or the author or the researcher is actually someone who is familiar with this topic or not, or someone who is new or a newbie to this field of discussion. Okay, so that's the reason why we need to put the author's reputation in the first paragraph of our critical review. Okay, and then in the second paragraph, as I have mentioned, it is actually the extension of your comments in the first paragraph. So in the first paragraph, if you mention that the article is good or not good, or is informative or not informative, then in the second paragraph, you elaborate more why you say it's good or why you say it's bad. Okay, and if it is possible, you also need to include the quotation. So this is the time when you prove that it's actually in the text. Okay, so you put the information based on the evidence, and then in the last paragraph, you can summarize your review, and then you also come back to restating your thesis. And of course, I did mention that there are 3 paragraphs at least for this critical review. However, in the reality, if then you only have a very short article that you need to review, you can actually combine it into one condensed paragraph. Yeah, although it's going to be a bit a lot of information in there, but you can, if you want to combine it into one paragraph only, that's okay as well. But it is better to have 3 paragraphs at least to see the development of the ideas. Okay, so this is the way or the outline of writing a critical review. And last week, we actually had identified the critical review example that has been given to you in the slide. Okay, so which is what is meant by the statement of your thesis, what is meant by the author's purpose, or what it means by the comments in the text. Okay, so I think it's quite clear now how you can write a critical review. Therefore, what we are going to do in this theory session within this 50 minutes, I want you to have your own writing on the critical review of the journal article that is given in week 1. Okay, so we have discussed this paper since the first week, second week, until the third week. So what I am wanting you to do is I want you to write down your own critical review on the journal article. You can give the comments, remember, on how you give the comments. I'm pretty sure when you're writing the summary of the paper, you actually can give comments to it. So this is the time when you can give your comments to the paper. So maybe you can say the paper is good because, the paper is not good because, like that. Okay, but remember, it's not only giving the comments, but you also need to give the summary to it. Okay, because critical review, 50% of the critical review is actually the or half of it, or some of the parts of the critical review is actually summary of the article. Okay, so practice with yourself. Okay, do it individually. Write down a critical review for the materials or the paper that I gave to you in week 1. If I'm not mistaken, it's about Julius' paper, yeah, user responses in information system development. Okay, so that's what you need to do in the theory session, everyone. And then later in the practicum session is you are going to share your information to your friend. Okay, before that, I actually have a question over here. Identifying a review. Do you think identifying a review is same or different with giving a review? Please answer this question on your own, and then later in the practicum session, the first thing that I'm going to ask you is going to be this one, okay? And please also give the answer whether why it's the same or why is it different. All right, so as I've mentioned in the practicum session, you are going to give a critical review, and we are going to examine the review from other groups. So we are going to do a breakout room in Zoom, and then you're giving a critical review of a journal article, and then after that we are going to examine your answers from your other friends and from yourself, okay? And then we are going to talk about the assignment one. I think the assignment one information is quite informative. I already put the information in our campus information system. So have a look in the campus information system, everyone. The assignment will be the deadline for the assignment is going to be next week in e-course. So again, if you have question related to the assignment, be my guest. I'm very happy to answer your question. But other than that, the information of assignment one has been uploaded in the second session or in the practicum session, and also in the form of a document. Okay, so you can look at the document of assignment one in our campus information system. Okay, and that actually will bring me to the end of this theory session video. Here are the references for the material for this week. Thank you very much for watching this video, everyone. And I hope everyone is staying healthy, and let's hope for the best. The situation, the condition in our campus is also getting better. Okay, thank you, and thank you for watching this video, and I hope to see you all in the practicum session, everyone. Ciao.